CJ, it's been a hell of a long 31 days to wait for this game. You would have had no idea how the team was going to come out, given everything you've been through the last 31 days. But that first half especially was better than you could have probably hoped for.
Watching the last couple of teams, like Brisbane and Southeast come out and play, it was kind of like, wow, we're going to be this team. And I said to our boys, like, I don't think we will, but there's a way that we have to go about it so that we're not like that. I think we came out with energy. We did make shots. Our delivery was good and direct with what we wanted to do, and it kept us in a good position to hang on to the game.
Nobody likes having their effort questioned, which is what happened after that Cairns game, but you couldn't fault it from the start tonight, and it was Mitch that led the way from the start, but also Bear being in the starting lineup gave you a real boost as well.
Yeah, well, I think firstly when you have a game like we did in Cairns, and we haven't been the first team to have a game like that, but to be able to set the tone and bounce back, and you're playing in this competition, every team is tough. You've got to bring it every single day, and there's going to be some games throughout the year that you want to do things and you give yourself a fighting chance and you come away short, and there's other games where you do everything right and then something falls off in the end. We've seen all scenarios so far this year for our group. I thought having to wait so long was a frustrating part, sitting at home, guys dealing with COVID, and then to come out and play like that. We've had 5 sessions in a month of competing. So what can you do? Here's a few things that we're going to hang our hat on. Here's a few things we're going to work on for the game. We didn't know what game we were going to play. Speaking to Gorge and speaking to, we're playing Perth, we're playing Illawarra, we're back playing Perth. So definitely frustrating, but whoever it was, I'm glad that we got it done, and the boys played well. And Macca, as you said there, he was outstanding. He has been. He's been leading the way behind the scenes. We've had Zoom calls, we've had meetings, but leading the way on and off the floor.
As great as the start was, are you even happier that you were able to respond in the second half when they were making a charge at you, and you're able to hold firm, stop their run, and see out the game really strongly?
Well, I believed in our group. Clearly, it's a game of runs. How you manage that is key, and if you're able to stop it and run a few things, there was a pause button there for a second, and we had to find a way to hit it. And Macca's looking at me like, I've said to do this, but it's not quite working. I said, yeah, that happens. But we found a way, and I thought that was a good thing. And good teams that continue to compete and fight and give that effort definitely shows.
And Mitch, how determined were you to come out and make a statement from the start? Tonight you started the game great, obviously more aggressive shooting, but then you became facilitated to some hot shooting from your teammates. How motivated were you after 31 days to get out there and make a statement?
Yeah, I think I've seen it quoted a few times around the league from players, and I think Sunday touched on it. When something's taken away, you really miss it, and you realise how much you miss it. And it's not that I wasn't enjoying, our games in the early part of the season, but it was amazing to get back on floor. Sitting in a house when you're not sick at all is frustrating in the middle of the season, especially with all the delays we've had in the past couple of years. So just really happy to be out with the boys again and having fun, and happy to get a W.
CJ, how pleased were you with Sunday Detch's performance tonight? And were you surprised with what he delivered, considering his injury that he's had, and also the time he's had in ISO as well? Did that kind of surprise you, how well he played tonight?
Well, we've had conversations while he was injured and where he was at, and I thought that he was going to be back a couple of weeks ago, and obviously with our games being delayed, it gave us a good chance for him to freshen up, and then COVID hit, so that took a little bit. It was more deflating, but to watch him, his energy is contagious, and he always believed in himself. And I told him he was going to pinch hit for us in this game, but he did more than pinch hit. And when I looked down the bench, and for someone that hasn't played a game for us this year, he showed everyone his ability to not only impact the game on the defensive end but also offensively.
And how pleased were you with the defensive performance you've always put on the defensive performance on Bryce Cook today? That he just really didn't get going. Had a couple of cameos here and there, but it certainly wasn't his night. It's a credit to the defence.
Yeah. I think our boys did a good job. I think we had a game plan. I think Pellman did a great job, and our support staff all around Australia and around the world, I thought, came up with a good game plan, and we stuck with it. And clearly when you stick with it and you get to see the fruits of your labour, you start to take something away. And we had some change-ups up our sleeve if we needed it, but I thought that when we stuck to it, we did a good job on not just him, but Vic Law and the other guys on the floor, and were able to take away their second chance points as well.
Mitch, we're going to ask you some. Your microphone, Mitch, was the same as the one Kev used. It was cutting in and out. If you could maybe move a bit closer to CJ to answer this one or something.
There you go.
You had COVID last year, and then you're coming back from the COVID situation here. From an athletic point of view, how difficult is it to actually get back from a COVID to actually play at your best?
I've been fasting, mate, so I feel great. But no, it's really good to get back on the floor. And yeah, as I said before, it's kind of like you sit out for a month and you realize, like, man, like, this sucks. You know, like when you're used to going every day and playing, and you get that competitive edge every morning, you get that hit out, and then you sit in your house for a couple of weeks, and or you come back, you have a couple of trainings, and all of a sudden you're back in isolation. And I know it is what it is, but you know, the best part about this job is going at it every day and working to get to a goal as a group. So yeah, I think we got to see everyone enjoy that tonight, finally get back on the floor, and I'm just happy that the league's up and running again.
Mitch, assuming everything goes to plan and the game goes ahead on Saturday, how much are you looking forward to this chance to play against Melbourne United?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just it doesn't really matter who it is at this point. You know, it's obviously I've got, you know, a lot of great relationships back at United. You know, I had an incredible 3 years there, and it'll be great to see those guys and how they've progressed in their lives as well, and have chats. But at the end of the day, you know, whoever comes into our gym, we're trying to get a win. You know, it happens to be Melbourne United, and they're on a roll. I think it's 6 in a row now, so we got to be ready. And yeah, I'm looking forward to a great game.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.